All right, thanks for joining me today on my channel, and this is Discovering My World. And I'm just at the CN Rail Bridge, which is the southernmost bridge in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. So if you're not from Saskatchewan, Saskatoon's right in the middle of Canada, in the middle of Saskatchewan, and well, it's actually middle of the more developed areas. So this bridge here, though, is a historic landmark for Saskatoon because of, well, the third bridge that was built in Saskatoon, so quite a while ago. The slab here, which I can show you, I'll maybe get a better picture than that, but it says 1907. The bridge was actually completed in 1908. And the reason it's historic, of course, is because it's the third bridge in Saskatoon, plus the type of material and the way the bridge is built. So it's a, kind of a landmark for those reasons, and it's part of the history of the city. So developing a new city in a new province, in a new country, and part of how Saskatoon started building up. So I'm going to take some videos of this bridge. I hope you'll stick around, hit subscribe and like. I just did one video of the southernmost traffic bridge in the South Circle Drive Bridge. So I hope you saw that video. And if you want to follow along, click subscribe and like, follow along. So yeah, let's get going. So I'm on the South Circle Drive Bridge, and I'm just looking across to the CN Bridge here. So they run parallel to each other, and so the CN Bridge, even though it kind of has a rusty, kind of old look to it, it has some character. So I do like the character of the bridge, and it's just fascinating to see how things were done like over 100 years ago, and that was a big step for Saskatoon, and it's a landmark, like I said. So this bridge has a lot of history, and adds a lot of character on the kind of south side of Saskatoon here, where it's kind of the city separates and kind of is almost into nature, although civilization is not too far away. But yeah, it's kind of interesting to kind of see that history and just experience it. So if you like to see things from the past, this is definitely something you can come check out. So the CN Rail Bridge actually didn't become the CN Rails until, I don't think, like 1924 or something. It's quite a few years later. And it's, as I already said, third bridge built in Saskatoon. So it was a pretty big deal back then, because they were trying to connect rail across Canada. Now, Canada was really trying to, I guess, cover territory, and the railroads were doing that for Canada, whereas in the States, the railroads were all about expansion. Well, I guess similar in Canada, but it was more connecting the dots across what is Canada now, so that they weren't going to be taken over by the Americans. So anyways, the railway was a big deal, and back then Saskatoon was really growing quickly, and of course the First World War hit, and that slowed things down in Saskatchewan and Saskatoon. right, so that's it for the CN Rail Bridge on the south side of Saskatoon, crossing the South Saskatchewan River. That's kind of a mouthful. Anyways, thanks for joining me for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and seeing Saskatoon landmark. It's historic. Saskatoon hasn't been around that long, since the beginning of the 1900s, end of the 1800s. So not the same history as places in Europe or Asia, but a lot of history has grown up here in this area, and that bridge is part of it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and join me for my next video. Click subscribe and like to follow along, and hope you have a great day. See you then.